Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the Noon News from Montana's news leader.
Good afternoon, and thanks so much for joining us here on the Noon News. I'm Samantha Sullivan. Well, within the last 10 minutes, Nancy Pelosi has been elected Speaker of the House, and with that comes a divided government for the first time of Trump's presidency. The battle lines have already been drawn as we entered the 13th day of the partial government shutdown. Mola Lenghi has more details on that from the Capitol Hill.
The House will come to order.
A new Congress begins today on Capitol Hill, with Democrats taking control of the House of Representatives. They picked up 40 new seats, bringing with it a divided Congress for President Trump to work with.
I hope he recognizes that a new day has dawned in America.
Nancy Pelosi is expected to be voted in as the next House Speaker, despite an avalanche of negative ads about her during the last election.
They're against me because I'm effective. I'm effective as a legislator. I'm excellent at that. I'm effective politically as a fundraiser, the best, and they have to take me down.
The battle lines for the new Congress have already been drawn, and so far neither side is showing any signs of compromise to end the 13-day-old partial government shutdown. Democrats refuse to provide funding for President Trump's border wall, and Senate Republicans say they'll only support legislation President Trump will approve. That means there won't be a vote in the Senate on a House Democrat bill to reopen government agencies not associated with border security.
I made it clear to the Speaker we're not interested in having show votes here in the Senate. We're interested in bringing up something the House has passed, 60 senators will support, and the President will sign.
During a meeting at the White House Wednesday, sources say Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer pressed the president on why he wouldn't support the bill. And Mr. Trump responded, "I would look foolish if I did that." Mola Lenghi, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Now, as we mentioned, Nancy Pelosi has been elected Speaker of the House. President Trump tweeted that Democrats are only opposed to his border wall because they're doing everything they can to win the presidential election in 2020. Well, back here in Montana, a small plane crash just south of Townsend sends 2 people to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. The Broadwater County Sheriff says the plane crashed into a creek bank about 2 miles from Townsend between the Missouri River and Highway 287. Authorities arrived on scene shortly after 6 p.m. Wednesday. Both people in the plane were conscious and speaking to authorities and were transported to by a medical helicopter. The latest update lists both people in critical condition. And continuing our coverage this afternoon, the search continues for the missing 3-year-old boy who fell into the Musselshell River earlier this week. Now they're also asking for the public for some help. The office yesterday asked to borrow adult-sized life jackets. The jackets are required to ensure the safety of searchers at the Kilby Butte Hutterite colony east of Roundup. Donors were asked to mark life jackets with an address and permanent marker and drop it off to the Kilby Butte Colony or Sheriff's Office. The boy did fall into the river on Monday, making today the 4th day of the search. In court news, frustration in new court filings surrounding a sex abuse case that dates back 30 years in the town of Miles City. Lawyers for victims in this case now asking a judge to force the school district to hand over evidence. Back in September, a civil lawsuit was filed by dozens of former Custer County high school students who claimed they were repeatedly sexually abused by the district's longtime athletic trainer, James Jensen. Those allegations dating from the mid-1970s until 1998. Jensen is currently sitting in the Yellowstone County Detention Center facing federal and state charges relating to child pornography. Attorney Dan Rice says the school district is not handing over vital information for the case. Rice says that includes details about the district's insurance and objecting to questions about any investigations the district may have conducted into Jensen's behavior. Lawyers also say at this point they are not getting details and evidence on how Jensen was let go from the district.
They were sent in by coaches to receive athletic training services and were molested repeatedly and severely. And the school opposed our adding plaintiffs. Why would they not be entitled to some redress? I mean, these are people that 14, 15 years old, went to school, got molested at school by an employee or volunteer, depending on the era. Why would the school say that they're not responsible for him?
In court filings, the Miles City Unified School District argues that Jensen was not a full-time employee and the district should not be liable for the alleged crimes. MTN reached out to the district's attorney for comment and response, but have not heard back. An update to the case of a missing girl found dead on the Northern Cheyenne Reservation last week. The Bighorn County coroner says the result of an autopsy done on 14-year-old Henny Scott need more review before a cause of death can be determined. Scott was first reported missing on December 13th. A missing persons alert went out a couple of weeks later, and she was found dead late last week. Coroner Terry Bullis says her cause of death is pending and needs further review. The case will now be in the hands of the state medical examiner. Meanwhile, a funeral date has been set for the young girl. The funeral is scheduled for 1 p.m. Saturday at the Lame Deer High School. In other news this afternoon, time is running out for the Miles City Fire Department as the building that houses its engines, trucks, medics, and firefighters is deemed structurally unstable. Miles City Fire Chief Brendan Stevens says the building is old and outdated and wasn't even built to be a firehouse. He says the roof leaked into the light fixtures where the firefighters sleep. The walls are unstable and the ground under the fire engines is sinking. He says as soon as the snow starts to gather on the roof, it will be time to move firefighters to cots in another location for fear that the roof could give way at any moment.
Currently, we feel that the firefighters are safe, but that time is running out, and we've passed that window of comfortability, if you will. Like, we're not comfortable with our guys in the building right now with the state of the building.
Mobile units will arrive today to temporarily house the firefighters. They are paid for by a grant from TransCanada. However, Chief Stevens is hoping the public will understand the severity of the situation and pass a possible bond next fall. He says they're currently working with an architect team on a proposal for the public to vote on. And now we'll turn things over to Ed in the Weather Center. Ed, there's a couple things to look for on the weather front in the coming days.
That's for sure. Number one, the wind that we've all been talking about through the central portion of the state. High wind warnings remain into effect there, and winter weather advisories over into northwest Montana, where our next weather system's moving in. The winds will continue to be very strong down the east mountain slopes. You see those purple areas around Cut Bank, just north of Great Falls. That continues for today, tonight, into tomorrow. But look how much it eases up over the weekend. And at the same time, showers will start to move into western Montana, and while the lower elevations, our bigger concern is a rain-snow mix or freezing rain. There will be some snow into the higher elevations. Take a closer look at the rest of the forecast details coming up here in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Ed. Well, there are several homes in Bozeman and Belgrade that are for sale for just $1, but there is a catch. Whoever buys the home must move it to another piece of land. Big Sky Property Management, owned by Town Pump, owns this home on Huffine Lane. The company has not said what they plan to use the land for, but they did say they do not need the house. Director of Town Pump Communications, Bill McGlattery, says as long as the company gets clearance, there will also be 3 homes in Butte for sale for $1, so the company can develop more of the land.
Wanted to just clear the property, and we felt that this house had value to be recycled rather than ending up in the landfill.
DLM Contracting said depending on where the home is going and if power lines have to be moved, it could cost anywhere from $50,000 to $80,000 to move the structure. Well, thanks so much for joining us here on the Noon News. Coming up, after a short stint on the job, East Helena's police chief announces his resignation. What the city plans to do next. But first, Ed joins us with a full look at the forecast. We're back right after this.
You're watching MTN News with Samantha Sullivan. Storm Tracker weather with Ed McIntosh, and farm and ranch news from the Northern Ag Network. This is the Noon News on Q2, Montana's news leader.